on there. Normally you get like the elevator music and stuff, which is always drives me nuts at the beginning of a webinar. So I figured Ty and I are both into motivational stuff. We always talk about, you guys know from reading my emails, I'm always talking about personal development and the importance of it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that. Hello, Ida. I see you're on, my love. Lovely to have you on. Hope you're doing good. Jim, hello, mate. Excellent stuff. We'll be getting going here. Should be right on the top of the hour. So we'll give everyone a time to get in, and yeah, we'll be here shortly. So yeah, Ty, if you want to fire up the old
intro
absolutely. Again, and we'll be on in just a few minutes.
Yep, we'll be starting exactly at the top of the hour, so just a few more minutes here, 8 more minutes actually, so just hang with us. Introduce yourself as you come in. I see a lot of names here. Bonnie, we've got Beatrice, Carol, Ian, Ida, Jim, who else? Shane, we've got Tracy. Put your name into the questions box and just the chat box and just say hi, right? And again, this is some of the stuff that we listen to as we're preparing ourselves, getting our mindset right for any type of a big challenge. And just take a listen. Let me know what you think. Let us know what you think. And we will be starting in about 7 more minutes.
Judged after he celebrates a victory by what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, you never give up. You never give up. It's possible for you to live your dream. It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard, but you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen.
Most of us live in a drought because we haven't seeded our lives enough. We've been raised in a culture, you've been raised in a family, you've been raised in a neighborhood. Most of our families struggle, fights, relationships, division, everyone's mad at each other, no one's getting along, and if they do, it's plastic, it's fake. Why is that? It's because we still haven't allowed heaven to fill our earth.
Most of us turn to drugs. It isn't always a medical drug or even an illicit drug, but rather it's the drug of food, it's the drug of distraction, it's the drug of alcohol or cigarettes or something. You got to have a deeper meaning for your life than, oh, I'm on that grindstone again, or I'm on that treadmill. No wonder most people in life turn to alcohol or drugs or television. And even then they can't find something to entertain themselves. Even then they don't sense any fulfillment because distraction does not create a life of significance. Distraction does not create joy. Distraction will not give you what you're seeking. Drugs will not change your life for the better. Right? What they'll do is hurt you. They'll create pain.
And just a reminder, folks, we will be starting in just a few moments at the top of the hour, just giving you guys a little bit of prep information and just giving everyone else time to join us. Please hold. We will be starting in exactly 5 minutes.
When am I going to get mine? Yo, what's going to happen to me, bro? I ain't going to know until I get mine. God says, really? Well, in heaven, it doesn't work like that. If you want what heaven has, then you've got to think like heaven thinks. This is how we start changing nations. This is how we start changing people's worlds. This is how cities and nations and countries get changed, because people elevate their thinking to how heaven thinks. And we go from heaven and get what's in heaven, and we come to earth and distribute it to the rest of the world. Why be a miracle to someone else? Let me tell you a reason why I believe you, this Christmas, need to be someone's miracle. For this reason, when you become a miracle for someone else, you position yourself to receive a miracle. There is a big difference between needing a miracle and being someone's miracle. There is a big difference between needing a miracle and being someone's miracle. It's like there's a big difference between saying, I'm going to pray for you, versus saying, I'm going to be the answer to your prayer. I'm going to pay your rent this month. I'm going to pay your child's education for a year. I'm going to give you a car. I'm going to pay your doctor's bill. I'm going to be the answer to you. I want us to believe that we can actually be the type of people who no longer need to ask for miracles because we're so busy giving and being miracles to other people. I want you to consider perhaps the reason that you were born was so that you could be a miracle to someone else. I want to ask you to consider this in your thinking today. Maybe the reason why you're here is so that you could be someone else's miracle. Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive. So the person that gives is more blessed as the person that receives. The person that gives miracles out is more blessed.
Okay, and just a reminder, we will be starting in just a few more moments. Just about, what do we have here? 3 or 4 more minutes.
Love yourself, dream big, and never give up. We're all looking for hope, aren't we? What are you looking for? Money, drugs, sex, alcohol, pornography, fame, and fortune never satisfies. It's never enough. Somebody today, make the choice today to do something good. Hold on to that hope.
Let's say you have a problem in your life and you want to give up now. Imagine if someone 10 years older who's gone through the exact same thing that you have actually gone through and came to you and said, you know what? I know how it feels. I've been there. I've been going through what you're going through now, but I'm still here. Would that not encourage you? Could that possibly save your life? Yes. You can go up to somebody and say, hey, you're looking good today. When you ask them how you're doing and they say okay and you know they're not okay, you can say, no, really, how are you doing? You could save somebody's life. Let me ask you one thing. If you went through your life full of pain, full of tears, and at the end of your life, you actually saved somebody's life, is your life worth living? Is the pain worth someone's life if you could actually save somebody?
All right, we are at the top of the hour here. Tom, are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, buddy. Welcome, everyone. I'm certainly ready to rock and roll here. Yeah, we can get ready. You ready to get going, mate?
Yep. Go ahead.
All right, cool. All right, hello, welcome everyone to this evening's training. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Tom Yandula, and thank you. I want to thank you so much because obviously you're giving up your evening this evening to be here, and I want you to know that you are going to be getting some amazing stuff as always. Topic I'm very excited about myself. It's something I'm a huge proponent of because of its ability to outsource, as you're going to know. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I just want to say hello to Ida. Hello, my love. I see you're here tuning in. Jim, Larry, welcome everyone. Put your names in the chat box. We still got people piling in here at the top of the hour, so just throw it in there. Yeah, how you doing, my love? Good to see you. Awesome. So yeah, we're going to be covering some good stuff today. We're very, very lucky. My good friend and business partner, Ty Cohen, has very kindly decided to come on, and we've decided to put this on for you. We were discussing this recently. about good things to outsource. And you know me, all my philosophy, everything I talk to you guys about in the emails, and if you listen to anything that I do, it's always my filtering system is always about, can I outsource it? That's kind of how I go. That's how I filter things. And some things obviously lend themselves. I'm a big believer that you can outsource pretty much anything online. Between myself and Ty, in fact, we were talking about this earlier, doing a training session, saying there really isn't anything you can't outsource, but certain things definitely lend themselves to the process. And what we're going to talk about today, as you know from the emails, is all about how a very simple 3-step process that we've used to really build a Kindle publishing empire. And Ty is really the person that showed me everything I've ever known about it. He's, as far as I'm aware, the first person that really cracked the code to this, and he's made this such a simple 3-step process for publishing, finding writers, publishing, creating, writing it yourself, whichever direction you want to go, which we're going to teach you today. He's really made it very simple. It's this 3-step process, which makes it incredibly easy to outsource. And in fact, Ty and I outsource the entire business. The whole thing is outsourced, which is why, obviously, we are here today to talk about it, and why I'm so excited to bring this to you. I love sharing these things with you, because obviously if you are following me for any amount of time, you do have an interest in business, outsourcing, passive income streams and things like that. I think that's truly the gift that the internet gives us, is this ability to set up automated income streams that leveraging software and platforms, for example, like Amazon's publishing platform we're going to learn about today, plus other people's skills, like writers and things like that. We can pretty much outsource entire businesses while we sit back and, as cliche as it sounds, as you know, I've made make money while you travel, while you sleep, and all that good stuff. So it really is possible. I mean, it's a possible thing. You just got to follow a good system, and this is one of the best. This is one of the first things I had success with online. And Ty and I became business partners, and we've done many, many things together. And this is still one of the most tried and true tested formulas. Again, if you're just starting out, it's great because you don't need a list, you don't need websites and all these things. It's already, everything's there built in. You just got to plug into the system, and that is what we are going to share with you today. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Ty, and he'll introduce himself, because although he and I are business partners, you may not be familiar with his backstory and everything he's done. So I'll let you take it away, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Can everyone hear me? I want to make sure that everyone can hear me as well as see my screen. You should see a couple of teenagers on the screen right now. Just put yes. Larry says yes. Jim, Beatrice, Lynette, Said, Nigel, Ida, Larry. I said Jim, Nema, Bana. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Now, this is going to be an interactive webinar, right? I've watched many webinars. I continue to watch many webinars, and one of the things that kind of bothers me is when the host is only, it's one to many. I want to make this an interactive webinar where you guys get to chime in, you get to talk to me in the form of chat, right? And you also get to ask questions, so I'll answer your questions. So there's no such thing as a dumb question. Any question that you have, go in and put it into the questions box, and we will cover every single one of them at the end of this presentation, as well as I'm going along with it, right? So if anything that I cover, because I'm going to cover a lot, grab your pens, grab an extra pencil. Anything that I cover as I'm covering it, ask the question, and I'll make sure that you totally understand, all right? I understand that everyone learns at different degrees. Everyone here is at different levels. Some of you may be totally new to some of this stuff. Some of you may be a bit advanced, but I want to make sure everyone understands everything I'm covering. So my name is Ty, as Tom mentioned. I actually got started with Amazon almost 10 years ago. Like just a few years after Amazon actually even opened their doors. I got started with their Amazon Advantage program, which is a program that it's still around to this day for physical book publishers. So if you have physical books, you can actually sell them through their Amazon Advantage program. And I got to the point where I was shipping like thousands, 8,000, 9,000 books to Amazon a month. And I built that up into a 6-figure business. So much so that when Amazon released their KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing platform, they invited me to come along as a beta tester. And I said, yeah, of course, at least, I'll try it out. I was a bit skeptical at first. I thought Digital books, who's going to be interested in digital books, right? I love physical books. I've got hundreds of physical books in my office here, in my office downtown Raleigh, and then upstairs in my sitting room. So I was a bit skeptical. I'm a physical book guy. But, after having a lot of success with that, I now became known as the king of Amazon Kindle Publishing, spent years running tests that you're going to benefit with, tests to discover what works and what doesn't, price points, different topics to use when publishing ebooks, how to make sure that your covers totally stand out, and how to start and profit fast. I've made millions with Amazon. I've had hundreds of extremely successful students across the globe, the United States, Canada, Australia, Russia, Japan, France, Mexico. I mean, literally everywhere. I've taught dozens of 7- and 8-figure marketers, so some of the biggest names that are out there in the internet marketing space. I've probably taught them, their children, or their wives in significance this stuff because they've asked me to. They said, Ty, this is amazing. I need my kids and my wife to learn this stuff as well as myself. Most importantly, I've taught my family how to make a killing using this system, and you're going to see how my 15-year-old is making $5,000 a month publishing. Actually, I'm not going to even tell you yet what she's publishing, so you'll figure that. You'll hear more about that as you move on. And now I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. All right, so let's jump into this. I want to move fast, a lot of stuff to cover. One of my mentors, and I actually got to hang out with Tony Robbins up in New Jersey a couple years back, him and his wife Sage and my wife, we hung out for a bit. And one of the things that he said was, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you'll achieve the same results. All right? Here's a man that is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's saying model, find someone who's successful at what it is that you want to do, whether that thing is weight loss, being a better husband, better spouse, a better golfer, a better business person, or just being great at Kindle publishing and outsourcing, right? Find someone who's the master at it and model what they do, right? So what I'm going to show you is how to model what I do, and that is how to partner with Amazon.com to create an instant stream of monthly recurring revenue without having to personally do all of the work. But first, what is a Kindle? Let's talk about what exactly is a Kindle and why it's so important to anyone who's looking for an easy, secure, long-lasting residual way to make money. The Kindle is a portable ebook reader that was developed by Amazon.com that allows its users to be able to shop forward, download, browse, and read ebooks, newspapers, magazines, blogs, reports, and other digital media. My goal is to show you how publishing ebooks to Amazon's Kindle can be highly profitable, easy, and an extremely long-lasting way to generate income. Right now, there's a digital shift that's taken place where people are buying and consuming written material in the form of ebooks more than ever before, and this trend will only continue. As a matter of fact, Amazon is now selling more ebooks for Kindle than hardcover books. In fact, their CEO, Jeff Bezos, put out a press release not too long ago that stated, for every 100 hardcover books that Amazon sold, but they sell twice that amount in the digital format. Twice that amount. Is that unbelievable or not? I mean, I want to ask you a question, right? Just so that you can see the direction that this is going in and to see who's paying attention here. How many people remember the format that we first started listening to music in? Way back when? What was the format that we first started listening to music in? Who's going to be the first one to put it into the questions box? Radio, says Carol. Okay, radio, absolutely. What else? What came after? Well, even before radio, what was there? Before radio, what was there? It was just live, right? You would go to like an opera house or something, you listen to live music. And then came what? We had like a gramophone, right? Thank you, Jim. And then we had like radio, as Carol mentioned. Then we had like records, right? Vinyl, as Roya said. Roya, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And Shane says the same thing. And then after that, right? After records, what else? What do we? Roya says 8 tracks, right? Christina says 8 tracks. And then after 8 tracks, what do we primarily listen to our music on? Roya says tapes, right? Knocking them out the box. I like that, Roya. All right, cassettes, says Carol. And then after cassettes, what else? Thank you, Shane. We went to, what else? After cassettes, we went to CD, says Saeed and Carol. Right? And then from CD, we now primarily listen to our music in what format? What is it? It is in the digital format, right? iPads, yeah, real, Linnell, thank you. Digital, right, Jim? Right. So for the most part, do you ever think we're going to go back to the period where most of us listen to our music on a vinyl record? Now, we're not counting I know there's enthusiasts and there's collectors, but for the most part, we're never going back to that period, right? Linnell says, nope, not at all. Right. So the same thing applies to the publishing industry, and Amazon was amazingly, they had a big part to do with this, all right? To do with the digital aspect that's taking place right now. And I want to thank them because they had a big part to do with the amount of money that I'm making and a lot of my students and what you'll be doing as well, right? If you follow this system. Right now, there's 7 billion prospects, right, on the face of the earth. There's 7 billion mobile devices on earth. And Amazon said, you know what, how can we capitalize off of that, and how can we make our content, these digital books, more accessible to people that have mobile devices? And they came up with the idea of creating the Kindle app. How many people have a Kindle device? I want you to pay attention to this. Look at your audience here. How many people have a Kindle device, and how many people have one of these devices, like a PC, a Macintosh, an iPod, iPad, iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android, with the Kindle app on it? Either one of these. Just put yes into the questions box. Just do that for me really quickly, because I want you to see how big this marketplace is. Almost everyone. They're saying yes. Me. Carol, Lenine says yes. Ruya. Larry says me. Michael, me. Banna, yes. Ruya, yes. Christina, yes. Saeed, yes. Jim, yes. Richard. Richard says no. Okay, that's fine. Ida says yes. Shane, yes. All right. Almost everyone, 99% of everyone that's on this presentation has a mobile device of some type, a cell phone, tablet, a PC. Well, actually, for those of you who said no, you do. How are you watching this presentation? You have to have some type of a mobile device, right? Right. So Amazon came up with the brilliant idea of creating their app that can be downloaded onto any mobile device. And now, with that mobile device, your audience and Amazon's audience, right, they're almost 1 billion person customer prospect list, can visit Amazon and browse for, shop, purchase, and download ebooks instantly. Okay? Instantly. No, Mark, we're just starting out. All right? Welcome aboard. Okay. Now, this digital shift in publishing platform that is provided is making some people extremely wealthy and at the least financially free with very little effort. Here's 3 examples. The first is a young lady by the name of Amanda Hawking. She's an unknown 20-year-old, right, from Minnesota, middle of the U.S. here, and she's made millions of dollars publishing stories to Kindle. Millions of dollars with this. As a matter of fact, this process works so well and it's so mainstream and so easy for anyone to do because Amazon's made it easy that you've got highly credible publications like Forbes writing complete articles on this, right? And they're talking about how people are just making thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars. Here's another example, a gentleman by the name of Stephen Levitt. He's over in the UK like my good buddy Tom there, right? And well, Tom's not in the UK now, but Tom's from the UK, but Stephen is in the UK. He sells on average 2,000 ebooks a day on Kindle. Now imagine if he just priced those things at 99 cents. That would still be $2,000 a day, $60,000 a month, $720,000 a year. Not too bad. You can't really live off of that, but it's not too bad, right? Of course, I'm being facetious there, but I mean, that's awesome. How many people would like a $720,000 a year income? Right? Here's another example. John Locke, he became the first person to sell 1 million Kindle ebooks, and he did it in less than 1 year with just 9 titles. And this is according to Amazon, right? So in addition to these folks, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people that are making thousands and tens of thousands of dollars selling content on Kindle. Now it's your turn. Amazon has opened the floodgates, and I'm going to show you how to do this. You are at ground level of what is being called a new age digital diamond mine. And I want to show you just some of the money that I've been able to make literally just playing around with this system before I got serious and I created a streamlined system for doing it. And I say playing around, listen, let me talk to you for a second here. If you're all over the place, I'm just going to deviate from this for a second, all right? If you're all over the place like I was, I mean, I had shiny object syndrome to the 10th degree. I was all over the place. Every email that came across my desk, I would open it up, and I'm all over the place and I'm watching it. That's where I was at. How many people have so many things going on right now that they're trying to get something going and it's not working, right? Right? Let's be honest. I'm going to be totally open and transparent with you, and I want you to do the same. So we've got yes and yes and yes here. Yep. Right? One of them. Really tired of it too. And that's where I was at, Roy. Really tired of it. I got tired of it. Now, here's how blind I was. When I first started publishing the ebooks to Amazon, this was one of my first checks that came in for my royalties. Right? And I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, right? And I didn't see the opportunity here. This check was in the amount of $2,297. One of my first checks. And because I'm chasing every opportunity out there, I didn't see the true potential. It wasn't until the next month that I got my next check, and I didn't do anything differently from month to month. Bam! And this check was in the amount of $2,873.13, a 25% increase. This is when I started to pay attention. And I said, you know what? I was chasing everything, stuffing envelopes, and I'm running Google AdWords ads, and I'm trying to do YouTube and article marketing, and none of that stuff was making me consistent money the way that this started to. And I said, there's something to this. I need to pay attention to it. So I started to publish a few more titles. I started to test things, right? And the next month, bam, I went from $2,873.13 to $4,462.53. And at this point, I'm really excited, right? I'm totally excited because I had never made money like this before. And I'm saying to myself, I need to really focus on this and just let everything else go. One of the best things that I did was I got focused. All right? Can I talk to you for a second? I'm going to tell you some of the things that can help you the most in life would be systems. I put together a system for this. Momentum, maintaining the momentum with one thing until you get it going. And then learning to become a master at execution. I was totally guilty of of not having any of these in place. I didn't have any systems, right? Momentum. Hell, I would start one thing and then the next week I'm on something else, right? So I didn't have any consistent momentum where I would be consistent on one thing for 2, 3 months, 4, 5, 6 months, let alone a year. Execution, my execution poor. I purchased every single freaking WSO and Warrior Form product that was out there, right? And they sat on my hard drive, and I didn't execute on anything. Now we're being totally honest here, right? Okay, so that's where I was at. It wasn't until I got to this point, and then now at this point, when I got this check for $4,462.53, I said, okay, I'm gonna start testing titles. I'm going to start testing covers. I'm going to start testing descriptions, and I'm going to show you how to do how those things are important and why they're important. Went to bam. The next month, I got a check in the amount of $8,403.84, and at this time, I'm totally focused. I unsubscribed from all of the internet marketing emails and all of that crap. I'm not telling you to unsubscribe from my emails or from Tom's emails because Tom sends really good stuff, but I had to get clear. Right? And because I did that, I saw these massive increases, right? I saw increases in the amount of, if you look at this first check, right, I went from $2,200 to bam, a 25% increase, and then a 55% increase, and then an 88% increase. And then now to the point where I'm seeing $30,000, $40,000 a month because I got clear and I got focused and I started executing. I'm not trying to turn this into a motivational speech or anything, but you have to get clear. You got to get focused. You have to recognize systems and use systems. And then you have to become a master of execution. Do those things and I guarantee you'll have success at anything. All right? So this is literally like a diamond mine. And the reason why it works so well, in addition to what I just spoke about, is Amazon makes it super easy for you to make money. Why would they want you to make money? Let me ask you that. Why would they open up this platform, right, where you can go in and publish content for free? All right? Talk to me. I'm talking to you folks. Use the questions box. Why would they open it up so that they can, right? Why would they make it easy for you to make money? You make 70%. You keep 70% of the royalties. If you sell an ebook for $10, you keep $7 of that. That is unheard of in the publishing industry. All right, I see some awesome answers coming in. They make money, says Carol, because they can make more money, says Syed. Yes, every time you make money, Amazon makes money, correct? Right. They make money, Beatrice. Yes. Right? You're making Amazon richer with every book you sell. Absolutely, Michael. And then you get a piece of the pie, too. You get the lion's share of it. You get 70%. Amazon keeps 30%. Can someone put that into the questions box for me? All right? You get 70%. Amazon keeps 30%. Who's going to help me out here? I'm going to need someone to put some of the stuff that I say into the questions box every once in a while. Yes, Mark, you can. Mark had an excellent question. That's why I said there's no such thing as a dumb question. The questions that you ask will help other people as well. Mark said, can we link to our sales funnels in these books? I do it all the time, Mark. I make an extra $5,000 to $7,000 a month, all right, just because I'm building a list of the ebooks that I sell. And then I'm selling other promotional affiliate products, I should say, to these people and my other products as well. All right. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Jim just put it in. Amazon gets 30%, you keep 70%. And Jim says, wow! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Absolutely. So let's keep going. I get excited talking about this stuff because it's something that it's paid off my mortgage, right? It's something that I just bought a brand new car. Amazon pays for that. I have 2 teenagers that are going to college this year. Amazon is paying for their tuition. It's just awesome. All right. So let's go. Linnell says no sound. Okay, Beatrice, where do you get the books? I'm going to show you that, Beatrice. We've got a ton of stuff. All right, so let's rock and roll. All right. After doing this for nearly 5 years, I discovered that fact or fiction, and no matter what the topic, there are a few key things that you must do in order to be successful with this. The first is I discovered how to pick highly sought after topics that sell like crazy. All right. I discovered how to price my ebooks so that they generate the most profit. I also discovered a secret element to add to your titles that can double, triple, and even quadruple your ebook sales. And how to outsource like a master and get other people to do all of the work for me. Delegation is key, right? I spoke about that. Let me show you how to model what I've learned so that you can get similar results fast. This 3-step process is step 1. You use the Google Keyword Planner to find a hot and demand topic and come up with a killer title. All right, so can someone put that into the questions box? Step 1, use the Google Keyword Planner. And also write this down in your notes. You should be taking notes because I'm giving you some crazy content here. Watch. All right, so let's go over to Google. You'll go to Google and you'll type in Google Keyword Planner. It should be the first or the second result. Click on this, right? And then that's going to take you to a control panel that looks like this. You're going to hit this area here that says search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. And then you're going to come down to targeting and you're going to select all locations, all languages, Google and search partners, right? Okay, and then you're going to hit get ideas. This is after you put in your keyword here. So you put your keyword in first, all right? And your keyword is going to be the idea, the topic, the phrase, or the genre considering publishing your ebook around. Got that? All right, so I want to make sure that everyone got that there. I want to make sure that everyone got that before I move on. Yes. All right, so. Right, so here. At this point, I was studying lucid dreaming, right? So I typed in dreams interpretation. Right, so I typed in dreams interpretation. And then when you type in your keyword, what's going to happen is Google is so cool that they're going to give you your keyword here, and they're going to tell you what the monthly search volume was for the last 30 days for your keyword, but they're also going to give you similar keywords that people have searched for, right? Keywords that are similar to your main phrase that you entered here. And they're going to show you what the average monthly search volume was for those keywords. Now, here's what you want to do. Right, so take a look. Meaning of dreams, they said 18,100 people searched for that. Dream meaning 2,900. Dreams and their meanings 590. When you enter your keyword up here and you hit search and Google gives you these similar keywords combined, you'll know that you have a winner. You know that you've hit jackpot if when you add up these monthly search volumes, right, and combined, you're between 10,000 to 100,000. So someone please put that in the questions box. Combined search volume should be 10,000 to 100,000, and you should be writing that down as well. All right? So for everything here, you got that? Does that make sense? before I move on. Yep, says Richard. Let me know if this makes sense before we move on. All right. If you don't put yes or something like that into the questions box, I'm just going to assume that you got it, and then I'm going to move on perfectly. All right. Now, the reason why you want to be between these numbers is because less than 10,000 and the marketplace is just not big enough. Like, I have a theory. I don't want to waste my time catering to a small marketplace that is not going to make me as much money as a larger marketplace could. Because you got to put in the same work, right? It's going to take the same time and effort to publish an ebook that there's only a market of 2,000 people, right? As you will for a market that has like 90,000 people. So 10,000 to 100,000 is where you want to be in with your combined monthly search volume. Now, the reason why you don't want to exceed 100,000 if you add all of these up is because the marketplace is just too big, right? And that's almost just as bad as it being too small, all right? So does that make sense? Let's move on. Perfect. All right. Thank you, Naima. Man, this is a collective effort right here. I've got Jim, I've got Naima. Everyone's chiming in, helping out here, taking notes. Now, so it's easy to find hot markets when you use this Google keyword tool. Another use for this tool is to find titles. Write this down. I'm going to jump ahead of myself a little bit, but your titles are your first line of defense. Your titles are your first line of defense. If someone can go in and put that into the questions box, your titles are your first line of defense. All right, and remind me to give you the second and the third line of defense as well as we move on to this. All right, but so take a look at the phrases that I have here highlighted, right? Meaning of dreams. That would make an awesome ebook title, especially if someone's searching for information on dream interpretation, right? Or they just want to know what their dreams mean. Dreams and their meanings, right? Think about this. You've got people that are searching for these phrases, so these would make excellent ebook titles, okay? And the reason why your titles are so important, we'll talk about that in just a moment, all right? I'll tell you exactly why. But one of the questions that I get is people ask, you know, why use this Google Keyword Planner to find titles? Well, the reason is if you craft your titles correctly, you increase the chances of them ranking high within both Amazon and Google search engines. So you get two multi-billion-dollar companies working for you. And ranking on both Amazon and Google will dramatically boost your sales. I want to show you an example of what I'm talking about here. All right? So let's say there's an ebook on Amazon titled How to Market and Sell Your Ebook. How to Market and Sell Your Ebook. But you have someone on Google that's searching for information on how to market and sell your ebook. They just published an ebook, and they're looking for ways to get it out there. They're looking for ways to promote it, to market it, to sell it, right? So they go over to Google, they type this phrase in, they are unaware that there's an ebook on Amazon that talks about this. They come here, and they see the top listings here. Right? Most people know what these are. What are these? Tom tells me that you folks are a smart group. All right, Larry, thank you for typing that in. Your title is your first line of defense. Ida, thank you as well. All right. What do you think these are that most people see here? These are what? And most people gloss over these. These are paid ads, says Linnell. Thank you. Thank you. They're paid ads, so we're conditioned to gloss over them. So most people will start to focus on this area. So what do you see here? You see that there's a listing on Amazon. So this is why when you use that Google Keyword Planner to do your research, number one, and to find titles, number two, you can actually get your ebooks listed in Google, right? And capture some of these sales from unsuspecting people who don't realize that there's ebooks on Amazon. So you're going to sell to people that are searching Amazon and people that are searching search engines. Now, what about this listing stands out? There's probably about 6 or 7 things about this listing that stands out. Let's see if we can find all of them right now. All right? What are one of the things that stands out here? The first is, thank you, Ida says this is powerful. Thank you, Ida. The first thing is that it's coming directly from Amazon, right? Like Amazon holds weight. Amazon has credibility. People trust Amazon, okay? Ruya says high ratings on reviews. That's the second thing. 5 stars. Look at this. Amazing. Right? Let's see. Mark B says the star ratings. Christina says 5 stars. Larry says how to market. It has the phrase that you typed in right into the headline, right? Do you see that? So it fits directly. There's no question that this is what you're looking for. What else? There's a ton of other things here that make this thing stand out. Not to mention the fact that it's on the first page of Google. Second position. How many SEO folks do we have here? Search engine optimization people. Like, do you know how much this would cost and how long it would take to do this if you had to hire someone to do this for you? But using this formula that I give you, right, that's why systems are so important. Using this systematic approach, you get to do this, right? And you get to get your ebooks listed on Google if you do it the right way. The other thing is you see this price point, $4.99, right? You see that it's in stock, right? You also see that there's a blurb here, the excitement of the first few chapters, etc., etc. Like, that's a little testimonial. It's just a descriptive testimonial. So that stands out. This is why it's so important to use that Google Keyword Planner for market research as well as to build up your titles. Now, here's another example. How to earn passive income in a lousy economy. There's an ebook on Amazon, right? You're unaware that there's an ebook. You have someone that searches Google for that same phrase. Guess what comes up? Not only are you in the first position, first page, but your first position, second position, third position. You totally dominate in the first page. And you're showing up number 1, number 2, number 3 out of 1.5 million competitors. This is stuff that's super powerful. I hope you get this. All right? Are you ready to move on? Let me know if you're ready to move on, because I've got a ton of stuff that I want to share with you that's going to help you make money. All right? Let me know. Okay, let's move on. Using Amazon authority status. Exactly, Mark. That's exactly it. It's very simple. It's actually as simple as that. Thank you. Step 1 was use the Google Keyword Planner to find hot topics and to create titles. All right? Now, after months of testing, I found that simply adding the following elements to my titles can dramatically increase sales. I want to spend some time on titles because, as I said earlier, your titles are your first line of defense. If you can get a great title for your ebook, you're halfway out the gate. All right? And the reason why is, let me explain this to you. When shopping on Amazon, women search differently from men. All right? And women also, I'm not saying this to be sexist or anything, this is just facts. Right? And you want to know this stuff because it will help you to sell. It will help you to make a lot of money. This stuff has helped me to make hundreds of thousands of dollars here. All right, just what I'm about to give you. Women make up most of a customer base on Amazon. Women are also very analytical when it comes to searching for books that they're looking to buy on Amazon. And the first thing that they look at is the title. Ladies, pay attention and back me up if this is true for you. The first thing ladies look at, women look at, is the title. They read the title first, and if it resonates with them, if it's in line with what they're after, then they'll go in and read they'll look at the cover. And then they'll go in and read the description to get more info. So ladies, is that right or not? Am I correct? I've been doing this stuff for years. Ida says you're spot on. All right? Yes, says Vanna. Thank you. All right, so this is stuff that I've studied. I'm so tuned in. See, this is what happens when you focus on one thing, right? When you gather that momentum and you focus on one thing, you start. Making money becomes pie. It's like taking candy from babies, and I'm not into taking candy from babies too. So, but it becomes super easy. What used to seem difficult now becomes extremely easy. And Linnell says, yes, that's exactly what I do. Now, men, right, meaning the species, the group that I'm a part of, we tend to search a little bit differently. And it gets us in trouble sometimes. We look at the cover first. We're so service-based. So we look at the cover first, and we're easily attracted to the outside before knowing if there's any substance inside, right? And then we look at the title, and then we look at the description. So that's why putting your titles in place and make sure that you put some time into crafting a title is extremely important. Make sense? Yes or yes? All right, let me know, and then I'll move on. We'll talk about these title enhancers because your title enhancers are huge. Title enhancers are, after months of testing, I found that simply adding the following elements to my titles dramatically increased my sales. To me, they increased my sales so much that they actually doubled, tripled, and in some cases quadrupled my sales. I'm going to show you these things here. Write them down because I'm going to go fast, and you get a chance to take a look at these. In this program that I'm going to present you with, I have a ton of them, but I'm going to give you some of my top title enhancers here. Now, title enhancers that double and triple sales. Title enhancers answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head. If you pay attention to this as I show you these things. Title enhancers answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head, and they do this on a subconscious level. So here's a title enhancer, how to. So taking this and combining it with your title, so how to stain your deck like a professional. How to stain your deck like a professional. Versus what your competitors will have. Your competitors will have, they don't know this stuff, so they're going to have lame titles like Learn to Stain Your Deck. Ooh, right? Like, how exciting is that? Learn to stain your deck versus how to stain your deck. Let me show you why this works so well. Let's say you have a guy by the name of Michael. And Michael has been, let's use one of the attendees. Let's see. I'm going to use someone here. I need a guy's name. Give me a guy's name to use here really quickly. Give me a guy's name. We've got David. David says, you know, baby, honey, I'm gonna go out and stain this deck the first day that it's nice. This is spring, and one day it's 80 degrees, and his wife, as women do, they don't forget anything, right? His wife didn't forget what David said, and she goes, David, it's 80 degrees outside. I want you to go in and stain this deck. It's a weekend. You're gonna stain it today, or else you're gonna be sleeping on the couch for the next month. David has never stained a deck before, but he knows that he can probably go in and find information on it. So he whips out his iPod or his Kindle device or his PC or his Macintosh, and he visits Amazon and he types in how to stain a deck. And he's sweating because he doesn't want to sleep on the couch for the next 30 days. So he's thinking, how am I going to stain this deck? How am I going to stain this deck? How am I going to stain this deck? He's never done it before. He comes across two books, yours, which is titled How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, and your competitors, Learn to Stain Your Deck. Which one do you think resonates with David the most? Number one, just put a 1 here if you think it's this one. Put a 2 here if you think it's this one. And while you're putting those into the questions box, I'm going to grab a sip of water. And the numbers are coming in. We've got 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Keep going. Put them in because I want to make sure that everyone understands this stuff before we move on. Like I said, I was in your position where I would watch a ton of webinars, and it would always get me where the presenter would assume that everyone knew this stuff. Like, I want to make sure that you get it and that you understand why I'm showing you what I'm showing you. Okay? Is that okay? Can I do that? I want to make sure that you understand everything that I'm showing you. Okay, so 2 says Larry, 1 says Beatrice, Ida says 1, Shane, Ruyo says 1, Bana, 1, Jim says 1, Michael, 1. Margaret says 1. Learn how to sweet talk his wife, says Naima. All right, there you go. So yes, this one is going to stand out. That's why the title enhancers work so well. You want me to give you more examples of these title enhancers so you can write them down and start to use this stuff? Let me give you a couple more examples and show you how it works. Quickest way to, right? The 21 quickest ways to make money online versus the guide to making money on the web. One's a bit more exciting than the other, right? Fastest way to. The fastest way to get your nursing degree versus Health Quad's nursing degree, right? Easy ways to. Quick and easy ways to lose weight. Tips to. The world's best kept tips to losing weight. We all want to think about this. We all want to know how to do things. We want the quickest way to do things. We want the fastest way to get results. We want easy ways to get results and do things, right? Tips on how to do things. Do you see how that works? Do you see why these are so powerful? Now, I'm going to show you how to use these. Yes, it's just like good headline copy. Exactly, Mark. That's exactly what it is. Man, Tom said that you guys were brilliant, and I love it. I love it. All right. Now, let me show you how to use your title enhancers in conjunction with your phrase or the keyword or the book idea that you're considering writing, right? Along with the keyword planner. All right. So we're going to go back to the keyword planner. And let's say you typed in your phrase, right, or your topic. You're thinking about publishing an ebook on gardening. You just don't know what you want to publish yet. That's cool, all right, because this keyword planner will give you ideas. Okay, you type in garden. And then we also put in one of our title enhancers, How To Garden, and we create like a mashup. We hit search. Now, Google is going to tell us, I want to see who's been paying attention here. Here's the test. That for the phrase that we put in here, How to Garden, within the last 30 days, there were 45.5 million global monthly searches conducted. And there were 20,400,000 local monthly searches. First of all, I'm going to ask you two questions. First, let's get the easiest one out the way. Which column do we want to pay attention to? This one, global monthly searches, put number 1 in, or local monthly searches, number 2. And the reason why I'm quizzing you, I'm testing you folks on this, is because I want to make sure that you get it. Like I said, when I watch webinars, one of my pet peeves is that the presenter doesn't, they'll just go through everything and assume everyone understands it. All right? So let's see. We've got 1 says someone global. Number 2 says Jim. Global says someone else. Number one, global, local. If you said global, give yourself a pat on the back. We're selling our ebooks on Amazon globally, right? The thing about global is you can go in, right? The thing about Amazon is you're going to be selling your ebooks. Like I sell ebooks, Tom sells ebooks, and we get sales from literally every country on the planet. You know, like Paraguay, Russia, France, Spain, Canada, Australia, Mexico, Brazil, Japan, China. It's insane, right? So you want to pay attention to the global monthly searches, right? So for this phrase, How to Garden, there's 45.5 million global monthly searches that were conducted within the last 30 days. Is that within our desired search criteria? Yes or no? Is that within our desired search criteria? No, 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 says Ruya. Too big, says Banner. Absolutely, you're right. No, absolutely. We don't want to stay within, that's too big, right? We want to stay between 10,000 and 100,000. So luckily for us, Google says, here's some similar phrases that folks are searching for, right, on Google, that are related to your phrase. How to make a garden, 201,000. How to design a garden, 550,000. How to build a raised garden bed, 12,100. How to plant a garden, 301, right, thousand. Which of these would make the ideal topic to go in and publish an ebook on Amazon for? Number 1, how to make a garden. Number 2, number 3, number 4. Because of it fits within our desired search criteria. Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Someone says 1, someone says 3, someone says 2, someone says 3. 3, 2, 2, 3. If you said 3, how to build a raised garden bed, give yourself a pat on the back. Because it's within our desired search criteria, right? We want to stay between 10,000 and 100,000. The other reason why it works so well is because it has our title enhancer, How To, in it, right? The other reason, the third reason why, like this is extremely niche. I should have kept this one to myself. Don't go telling my wife about it, right? Like this is one that I should have kept to myself because it's extremely niche. If you think about this, if you have 12, if you have an ebook titled How to Build a, the other thing is the title is fantastic. Like this title is amazing. This is why, like I said, you can use this tool to find your market and to mine for like golden titles. This title, How to Build a Raised Garden Bed, is very specific. We can add on to these sometimes, right? Like you can go in and put how to build a raised garden bed that your neighbors will envy, or how to build a raised garden bed in a weekend, or how to build a raised garden bed for less than, $50. Now, here's the golden question here. Do you think if you had 12,000 individuals, 12,100 to be exact, that were searching for the phrase how to build a raised garden bed every month, and you had an ebook on Amazon that was titled How to Build a Raised Garden Bed and that showed them how to do this, do you think it would be easy or difficult to sell that ebook? What do you think? This is why I said I should have kept this one to myself, but Tom's a good friend, and sometimes you do things for good friends, you know. He tells me how much he loves his group and his audience, and he's always talking about you guys, and there's a big competition. So it would be easy, says Margaret. Absolutely. Easy. Easy as pie. All right? So does everyone get this before I move on? Because we still have a ton of stuff that I want to cover. Does everyone get this? Give me a big yes. Right? Ida, you don't even need to test them. No, you don't. Not when you're first starting out. Not at all. Listen, folks, let me just deviate from this for a second. Don't overcomplicate the process. That's why having systems like the one I'm giving you makes it so easy. As long as you don't overcomplicate the process. All right? If you stick to the script, you'll do well. Okay? I have literally tons of students that stick to the script and they do extremely well with making hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands. I have a 66-year-old that's in Perth, Australia, that's making $20,000 a month following this system. All right? His name is Darren DeVry, as a matter of fact. And we're always on. He's just a man. All right, I get it. Again, I get it. Now here, let's move on. Okay, so everyone has as you can tell, I get so excited talking about this stuff. I got to catch myself, and I got to stay focused sometimes, right? Because the potential is insane. Like Amazon, over the last 5 years, I've made so much money with this. I've taught other people how to make so much money. And my proudest moments is I've been able to teach my children and get my wife involved with this. All right, so that's for me. All right, so let me move on. So step 2, someone please write this down. Step 2, create the content. Step 2, create the content. Now, in my preferred order, there are 3 very simple ways to get content to sell. I've used all 3 of these, and all are very easy to do, even if you're a newbie to all of this. The first one is to get someone else to write it for you. I use this option a lot, and I've paid as little as $100 to $125 to have people write content for me. You own 100% of the rights to it, and you can resell it as long and as often as you want. You can even put your name on it or use a pen name. All right? This course gives you the only 3 sites that you should use when looking to have someone write your content. Plus, I give you the exact wording to use when looking to hire someone. Okay? The reason why is because I've tested dozens of freelancing and outsourcing sites over the years, and there's only 3 of them that I focus on at all, that I use. Okay? All right? The second way of getting your content created is you can speak it and then have it transcribed. There's actually speech recognition software that's on every PC and Macintosh out there. Most of them, unless you've removed it, right? So if you go to your search bar in the lower left-hand corner, or if you have like Windows 10 or whatever it is, it will be up here, and you just type in speech recognition. You'll see that speech recognition program pop up. So you can just speak it and then have it transcribed. The third option is you can write it yourself. This is not my favorite. All right, but if you're a writer, this would be the perfect option for you. My wife is a writer, so she can crank out an ebook. These are no more than 40 pages. She can crank out an ebook in 2 days. I got a friend of mine, Vondre Whaley, who's in South Carolina, as Tom is, and he can crank out an ebook in like a day. If you're a writer, then this is the way to do it. If you're like me and you prefer to outsource, this is the way to do it. Or you can speak it. All right, got that? Did someone write that into the questions box? Step 2, create the content. I love how you folks are helping each other out. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. All right, now the next move is let's dig a little deeper into outsourcing. Right? Let's dig a little deeper. Now I know some of you may be familiar with outsourcing. Some of you may not be familiar with outsourcing or delegating. Right? And delegating is basically being able to leverage someone else's. I've got this fancy Apple Watch and it's telling me that I should stand up right now. So I'm going to stand up for a bit and still talk to you folks. Let me know if you can hear me still. So leveraging someone else's time, right, by delegating or outsourcing the work out. And the thing about it is it's a win-win. It's a win-win because you get to get quality material, right, and someone gets to get paid for that. And they get paid for doing something that they like. All right? There's people that love writing out there and that will write an ebook for you for $100, $125, $150. And they're tickled to death to do this because they love doing it. They're getting paid to do something that they love. All right? No, Nyman, not only Windows 10. I mean, all of Windows, every PC has it. It's a win-win, absolutely, Ida. Right? So do you understand that? Like it's you're helping someone else and they're helping you. Now, let me ask you another question here. And I'm deviating a little bit. Forgive me, folks, if I go off, if I stray off. Do you mind if I stray off? Because I'm thinking about a ton of things that help me out in this entire process that I don't have in my slides, and I want to give you as much as I could. I've been so blessed in my life to just really be able to focus and take this stuff and make a ton of money. I feel like it's my duty to give back to you. So is that okay? All right, perfect. So here's one of the things that you want to make a note of. This is a business that you are getting in bed with, and you're joining forces. You're partnering with a multi-billion-dollar company like Amazon. I've been doing this for 5 years, as I said, right? I've gotten my business up to the point where it's doing 30, 40,000 plus a month. I would never do anything to jeopardize that, right? Even if you're getting $100, $200, $500 a month coming in, $1,000, $5,000, like some of my students, $10,000, $20,000. Don't do anything to jeopardize that. And I say that to say that you only want to publish high quality content. And I'm going to show you how to get high quality content. So do you get that? Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't go in and publish junk, right? I just want to publish high quality stuff because I want the momentum to continue, momentum in the form of checks, right, that Amazon's sending me, okay? So don't publish any PLR stuff or private label rights stuff or any of that crap. Only publish stuff that you write yourself or that you hire a ghostwriter and outsourcer to write for you. And how many people are familiar with, yes, Jim, set the bar very high. How many people are familiar with private label rights stuff? So private label rights, when I say don't publish private label rights or master resale rights stuff, let's say if Tom or Jim's been really helpful, right? Let's say if Jim had wrote an ebook and he says, okay, I've got this ebook and now anyone can come in and buy the rights to it and resell it and sell it in any way you want. And Jim is selling it to, tons of people and everyone's reselling it. That's private label rights. That's resale rights. You stay away from that, okay? All right, perfect. All right, again, let me get off my soapbox and we'll stay on track here. Now, outsourcing. When you do this stuff, right, your language. Why stay away from selling year one? I don't get that, Naima. All right, when you do this stuff, your language is very important. You want to set the expectation. So when you're outsourcing, you tell them exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. All right, you be clear, and I'm going to show you how to write this out. And in the program, I'll show you how to write it out as well, so you can copy exactly what I'm doing. So I always use, when I'm hiring someone, I use the words report or story. I'm looking for someone to write a report or a story for me. Now, let me ask you a question really quickly. If you hire someone to write an ebook for you and you're paying $125 for that, and then you get to sell that ebook over and over and over and over again. You upload it to Amazon, you get to sell it over and over and over again, and it's make you hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. How many times would you do that? Would you do it just one time, or would you do it over and over and over again? I would do it over and over and over again, right? Absolutely. Right? Multiple times, yes. All right, so every time, whenever I hire someone, I use the words report or I'm looking for someone to write a report or a story for me. I never use the word ebook, because the ebook sets a higher perceived value, right? The other thing is, if you want your ebook written in English, and Amazon allows you to publish ebooks in English, Spanish, French, Portuguese, just a ton of languages. You should be publishing your ebooks in English if you want to get as many sales as possible initially, right? Initially publish in English. So if you want someone to write your ebook in English, this is what I start my listing off with. I'm looking to hire someone in the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, South Africa, Jamaica, or Puerto Rico to write X number of pages, write a X number of page report on the topic of, and then you put the topic. All right, so if I want a 25-page, 35, 40-page report, right, not ebook, on the topic of how to go bobsledding. That's how you lay it out. All right, let me show you some more of this stuff here. You tell them exactly what you want, right? You tell them the number of pages you want. You give them the font size, 10 to 12 point. I tell them no double spacing, right? Because I don't want someone to fluff it up. Again, we're going after quality, right? I give them the font type, Times New Roman. Margins, I tell them no more than half-inch margins all the way around. Top, bottom, left, right. All right, make sense? All right, I'm going to keep moving on because there's a ton of stuff that I got to give you here. Okay. Yes, you can. All right. At the very beginning, this is what I tell them. At the very beginning, the story must include a 1 to 2 paragraph summary of what it's about, as well as 12 to 15 bullet points of what is covered. What am I going to use this for? Why am I asking the outsourcer, the person who's writing this content for me, to give me a 1 to 2 paragraph summary and 12 to 15 bullet points? What am I going to use that for? You're going to use this in your description. Easy stuff, right? So you're outsourcing all of this and you're using it. All right, so now the next thing is I tell them that the finished report must be in a Word doc so I can upload it to Amazon. All right? I also tell them that we will own all of the rights to the completed work once you're fully paid. I also say we actually need several of these types of reports, including one on productivity, right, or whatever your next subject is. I just use productivity in this example. So if the quality of your work is great and your prices and turnaround time are fair, we will hire you for all 10 or however many projects you want to hire someone for down the line. You don't have to hire them for all 5 or 6 or 2 of your projects now. One at a time. Get one going, make some money, get another one going, make some money, keep putting money back into it, right, and growing your business. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. And then I ask, please state how quickly can you get this done? Right? Why do I tell them that we need a few of these, and if the quality is great, right? There's that word quality, and the prices and turnaround are fair, that I'll hire them for more work. Why do I tell them that? I say that because a lot of these freelancers, they're looking for consistent work, right? They'd rather work with one person over and over and over again than have to go in and find someone else new. And by the same token, you want to find a good writer and work with that same person over and over again. Like I have people that have worked with me for the last 4 or 5 years. Because when I find someone that's good, then I like to keep them, right? You already know each other's habits, right? All right, makes sense? So let's keep going. All right. I set my budget to $200. This is not what you'll pay. Not what you'll pay. I just set it, right? And as Naim says, he'll do a good job. Your freelancer will do a good job knowing that they'll have more work. I just set it to $200 just to get more bids in. And then during the vetting process, I never pay my bid price. I never pay bid price, right? I always will communicate to them. I'll say, hey, I'll hire you right now if you can do this job for $125 or $140. And I've never had someone say no, right? So as a matter of fact, do you want to see? Maybe I should do something like log into one of my live accounts. Do you want me to show you log into one of my accounts? If you guys want to see that, if not, I'll just keep going and continue. All right. So let's. All right. So I'm gonna log into one of my freelance accounts. And here's the motivational audio that we were playing earlier. So I'm going to log into one. Let's go into, here's one of the services that I use, right? The outsourcing sites, Upwork. This is one that I use here. All right, so now as you can see, I've got both fact and fiction, because you can do this with both fact and fiction. So I've got different projects posted. So take a look at this. I've got a 25-page day trading report needed, personal development report needed, romance story needed, report and worksheets. All right, here I'm going to log into another one too. Here's another one that I use, Guru. All right, remember I told you that there's only certain outsourcing sites that I use here. Let's see. Come on, it's moving kind of slow. All right, and I'll post the same projects on both of these because you'll get different bidders, different freelancers that'll bid. 25-page day trading report. I got 8 bidders here. I've got 8 people here that bid. I've got 6 people that bid for a 25-page mystery thriller. This is the, remember I told you the niche that I told you that my daughter was in, which is generating $5 grand a month, right? 15 years old. She publishes a lot of mystery thriller novels because she's into that stuff, right? Here, another post I put up, 25-page romance story, right? You want me to click into some of these so we can take a look at it? Let's look. I'll show you how I set them up. Let's see. Here's the posting. So here's how I set it up. Exactly what I just shared with you in my slides. I'm looking to hire someone in the U.S., UK, etc., right, to write a 25-page romance story for me. And then I tell them to use on my blog or whatever, but we're publishing these as Kindle books, right? Because I don't want anyone to copy me. I need this done ASAP. Please state how quickly you can get it done. Sometimes I'll give them a point of reference. Like I'll say, use, model this book, right? I'm looking for content similar to what you would find in a book like this one. So I tell them to model it. You find something on Amazon that you like that's getting good reviews, that sells pretty well, and then you go and model it, right? As Tony Robbins said. And then I make sure to tell them that I'm only looking for unique content, meaning nothing that you turn in should be plagiarized or stolen from other sources, especially the book that we included above as a reference point. I've never had a problem with someone plagiarizing material. I've never had a problem with someone turning in material that they didn't write or create from their own creative forces. So don't even think about that. If that's something that you're thinking could happen, your mind is playing tricks on you and you're overcomplicating the process. So I also tell them that the link is only for your reference and to give you an idea of what we're looking for. We will check, right? The story needs to be 25 pages of high quality, again, entertaining content, no fluff, no filler. When bidding, so that I know that you actually took the time to read this post and are not blindly bidding, please mention the words Jimmy Buffett. Also, let me know if you folks want to see some of the bids that have come in as well, too. All right, as I'm reading this, just put yes or just put bids into the questions box so I could know if you folks want to look at that as well. If not, I'll go back into the presentation because I could deviate all night, all day long. All right, so you just got to stop me sometimes. I get so passionate about this stuff. I tell them that the finished project must be written at Times New Roman, as I showed you, right? 10-point font, no more than half-inch margins all the way around, no spacing. And then I give them at the very beginning, the story must include 1 or 2 paragraphs, 12 to 15 bullet points, must be in a Word doc. We will own all of the rights, right? And then we need a lot of these. So if your turnaround and quality of work is fair, then we'll hire you for more, okay? So do you see that? Simple stuff, right? Okay, so now some people want to look at the bids. Let's do that really quickly here. So let's look at the quotes that came in, all right? Now, here's a quote for 150. You're going to get some really low ones and you'll get some really high quotes that come in, right? But here's one, 150. These folks didn't place a dollar amount. You can always go in and talk to them and negotiate, right? Very easy to stuff. I just gave you that line. You put that one line in, that negotiation line in that I gave you. Here's people that are bidding at $50 here, right? $2,500. This is insane. Like, I just go in, when they're insane like that, I just go in and delete them, right? Because I'm not interested in it, right? I'm interested in these guys. The guy that says I can do it for $80, $50, $150, right? Or the folks that didn't place a bid because I can go in and send them a message, right? I could send them a message, okay? And then I'll go in, that message that I'll send them says, hey, if you can do this, I'll hire you right now, so let me copy it, and I'll show you how I do this. Super easy stuff. Don't overcomplicate it. So I'll go in, and I'll send them a message that says, listen, if you can do this for $150, I'll hire you right now. And that's it. All right, and either they'll come back and they'll say yes or no. Simple stuff, yes or yes. Let's move on. All right? Do you see how this is this easy? Right? Is it pretty easy to do? Now you see why a 15-year-old can do it. Okay, so step 3. Someone write this down. Step 3, this is literally the last step, and that is to create your KDP account. And this literally takes about 5 to 10 minutes to both create your Kindle Publishers account as well as add ebooks to it. And Amazon doesn't charge you to upload or create an account. They don't charge you because they want all of your content. Right? Think about this. When Amazon first got started many years ago, what was their number one goal? What was their number one goal when they first got started? What was their number one goal? Jesse, yes. Okay, Kiss says I, to keep it simple. To sell books. Right, absolutely. That was their number one goal, right? Before they started selling supplements and water and crazy glue and all of this other stuff, right? to become the largest bookseller, says Roya. Thank you. That's what I was looking. To outsell a bookstore, says Beatrice. Right. They had competition like Barnes & Nobles, Borders, Waterstone, Books A Million, right? And all of the other international bookstores that are out there, as well as those in the U.S. They knew that they couldn't, McGraw-Hill, they knew that they couldn't do it on their own. So they came up with this brilliant idea of letting everyday folks like you and me come in and publish content in the form of ebooks to their platform and use this huge audience of buyers that they have. And instantly, overnight, they become the planet's largest bookstore. So it was a win-win for Amazon as well as for us. Okay? Do you see how that works? So they said, we'll make this free platform available that anyone with content can come in and upload and sell their content on our site with. And they can sell it worldwide. So they did that, and they started to create this massive stream of income for regular folks like you and I. All right? So it literally takes about 5 to 10 minutes to both create your Kindle Publishers account as well as add books to it. Amazon has made it really easy because they want as many people as possible to upload content and to make ebooks available. All right? So now, once you do that, your book is now published on Amazon and ready to make you money. All right? So here you can see like an example book here. All right? How many books would you need? I asked you earlier a question on this. Like, how often would you do this? You've got books that are selling over and over and over again. How many times would you do that? You upload the book once and it becomes available globally on Amazon's site. And it continues to make money over and over again. So using the system that I created, research, titles, descriptions, and price points, you know, it can equal money in the bank when you add that outsourcing component especially, right? You can also do this writing them yourself. Now, on average, I see about $500 a month in sales per ebook. My students as well, right? About $500 a month in sales per ebook. Imagine having 5, 10, or 20 ebooks all bringing in monthly income. Think about that, right? You do the work once, your ebooks sell for months and years to come. It's like the ultimate residual passive income stream, where it pays you over and over and over again, okay? What makes this different is that it grows month after month. Like, here's the proof I showed you earlier, where one of my first checks was in the amount of $2,297.30, and then that went up the next month to $2,873.13, a 25% increase, right? And then that one went up to $4,462.53, a 55% increase, right? And then the next one went up to $8,403.84. Like, that was a whopping 88% increase. And now it's not uncommon for me to see months where I'm generating $30,000, $40,000 a month easily. You know, so I mean, this is something like that can be done so easily, and Amazon has made it easy. Right? So how much money do you need to make a difference in your life? I want you to answer in the questions box. Is it an extra $500 a month? And be honest, I've been totally transparent with you on this presentation. You folks have had a great time with me. You've been answering questions. I'm always curious about this. How much money do you need to make a difference in your life? I won't mention your name or anything. I'm just curious as to the dollar amount because it's different for everyone, right? But I'm just curious. Is it an extra 500, an extra 1,000, an extra 2,000? Tell me. Let's see. And I'm not going to call out your name. I'm just curious as to what the dollar amounts are. All right, so we've got 3,000. We've got 2,000 to pay off some debt. We've got, 5,000. We've got 10,000. Minimum 5,000 monthly to support my charitable goals. Awesome. 1,000. We've got 2,000 there. All right. 5,000 to replace my income. There you go. All right. So I appreciate you being sincere with this. So think about it. How could this change your life? What would you do with the extra income? Would you put it towards your kid's future? Like, we have 2 teenagers going to college, and their college tuition is already paid. Who paid for that? Amazon, right? We've got 2 teenagers going to school this year, and their college tuition has been paid up years ago. We've already had it in savings. Use it to pay off your mortgage. As I mentioned earlier, we're almost done with our mortgage. We'll be mortgage-free. We'll have a mortgage burning party. Buy a house if you don't already have one. You know, buy your dream car. As some of you mentioned in the questions box, pay off bills, get out of debt. You know, do things, travel the globe. You know, my wife and I, we just got back from Thailand. We spent, not just us, but we took our entire family. We have four children, 2 boys, 2 girls, right? I've got an 8-year-old who's about to be 9, so she always keeps me on top of my toes and reminding me that. An 8-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 17-year-old, and an 18-year-old. And all 6 of us, our 4 children, me and my wife, we went to Thailand and we chilled out there for 2 weeks recently. Right? We flew to China first, and then we flew over to Bangkok, Thailand, which is one of the most beautiful cities ever. It's awesome. I don't know if you've ever been to Thailand, but you have to go there. We're thinking about doing that again and staying for an entire year. All right? We then went from Bangkok and we flew to Chiang Mai, which is incredible as well. Chiang Mai is a little bit more suburban, right? Whereas Bangkok is a little bit more urban. It's like New York a bit. And then lastly, we flew to Phuket, which is the beach. We stayed there for a couple of days. All right, so doing things like that, like we went to London, we're always traveling. And Amazon pays for a lot of the stuff. Donate to charities, okay? The possibilities are endless. When you get this money, when you start doing well with this stuff, don't just squander it. Do something significant with it, all right? So let me ask you a question. For the past hour, would you agree it's been time well spent? You know, even though I deviated a lot, I can't cover everything you need in a 90-minute presentation. There's so much that I want to give you here that we still have to cover. So I created a special offer so that you can get everything you need to know. And if you act fast, I'm actually going to give you a very special deal. And as you can tell, because you are part of Tom, you know, because Tom is part of this, I want to over-deliver. You know, is it okay if I help you and share? All right, put a yes into the questions box. Is it okay if I help you and share? Now, again, let me deviate for a second here, all right, because something that I found that was really funny, and I still do this too. I've got a problem. I need some help, actually. You're going to get overly addicted to checking your sales. You're going to get addicted. And Tom, I don't know if you're still there or not, but chime in on this for a second, right? Because we talk about this. Like, there's times in the middle of the night I'll wake up and I'm like, instead of going to the bathroom, I'm going to I'm logging into my Kindle account and checking my sales. And I'm like, yes, there's another one. Yes. You know, so it gets addictive. You're going to need some help. You know, you'll be checking yourself 7, 8, 10 times a day because while you're sleeping, people in the other part of the planet are up and they're buying ebooks, right? While you're on vacation, you know, Tom, we just got back from a cruise. We went to, I forget where the hell we went already. I'm so bad with this stuff. But, you know, people are still buying our ebooks. Oh, we went to Grand Turks and a few other places. But, Tom, can you attest to that?
Oh, absolutely, mate. Yeah, it's, you know, guys, this is why we're here today, because it is such an addictive little business model that can really scale as much as you like. And it is like the app on your phone. The worst part is that, you know, Jackie, my wife, she made me actually delete the app because you can literally log on your phone to the app and see your sales, like daily sales and stuff. And that's the worst because literally I'm not a huge person. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook and social media. That's not really my thing. But my God, addicted to that app where you look in and you just see your daily sales, you know, and you can see it's up $300, lovely, $400, $500, whatever it is. It's just, yeah, it's incredible, man. It's one of the most addictive things in the world. Especially if you're lying in bed as well, you've got to put your phone out of reach because I'll just reach over and one more check before we go to sleep.
It's crazy. Like you see the cells that just come in one after the other. So, you know, it's one of those things where you get used to that. So, you know, again, I want to share this with you folks. And one of the things that I realize is that old habits never die. I'm really into personal development and constant improvement, right? So I realize that old habits never die. What happens is you go to a seminar, and I found this out. I saw when myself, I was doing this until I noticed it. You would go to a seminar, you would go to an event, you would attend a webinar like this, and you're excited, you're jazzed up, right, at the moment, and then afterwards, what happens? The excitement dies off, and you go back to your everyday routine. Like you go back to your routine of just needing to drift, as Napoleon Hill says, right? Old habits die hard. So what I've done is I put together a program. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to maintain that momentum. Remember, I said that your biggest allies in anything that you do will always be momentum, focus, and execution, right? In addition to systems. Okay? So what I've done is I've put together the entire system for you to follow, right? And it's a program called Kindle Cash Flow. And this is actually not my, I want to be really clear with this. This is not my $20,000 program. All right? I have so many people, especially a lot of the gurus that I mentioned at the very beginning, and folks who have, you know, they want their family to be part of this, that have huge amounts of money. They pay me $20,000 to help them with this, to implement it, plus 10% of their royalties up to $100,000. This is not that program, so you can breathe now, right? This is the home study program. It's an online program that you'll get instant access to within the next couple of minutes, and it's called Kindle Cash Flow. You get everything. I cover everything in this thing, and what you'll get is you'll get the setup, which is like this $997 value, and in this I cover setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. You'll also get Kindling for Profits, which is a $1,497 value, and in this one you get finding the right niche and readers. I gave you one model that I use, one method, right, and that is the Kindle publishing, the Google Keyword Planner. But I also show you all of the other ways that I go in and use, you know, different sources, resources to find niches and readers, niches that sell and readers that buy, right? You'll also get the Buyer Magnet module, which is a $2,997 value. And this covers all of the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. We talk about covers, we talk about pricing, we talk about descriptions and reviews in this module as well. You'll also receive a KDP cash extraction module, which is a $3,500 value, right? And in this module, I give you all of the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. All right, you'll be able to make more money than most people ever will because they simply don't have a quarter of what you even just saw in this presentation. Now imagine if what I shared with you on this presentation, imagine what's in the program, right? And how well you'll do once you have everything. Like I said, we can only cover so much because we're limited here. But everything that you see on your screen has a total combined value of $8,991, right? Now I had two choices, okay? The first was to go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible, and it wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value on for you, all right? But for this event only, I went really expensive. Listen, when you create a business like this, you get options. And 18 months ago, I set a personal goal and I made a decision to only work when I want to work, on projects that I want to work on, and with people that I want to work with. And I say that to say that I don't want everyone in this program. If it's not for you, then that's fine. I don't want everyone in this program. All right? I don't need the money. I'll take the money. I'm not a fool, but I don't need the money. All right? So I want to be selective about who I let in because my time is valuable. Right? I like to spend my time with my family and my children. So I want people that are actually going to take what I give them and do it. All right, I want people who are going to execute, and we'll help you with that too. I'll help you with that. That's fine. Time will help you with that as well. The second option is, and this one requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, devote more resources to guarantee your success. And these are the people that I want to work with, right? Because I like getting things like this, what you see right here. Remember, I told you about that 66-year-old Darren DeVry that is from Perth, Australia. He sent me this testimonial one day, and it said, "This has been my best month so far with 258 sales to date with only 3 titles. I'm very happy with the progress considering my circumstances." He was going through a bankruptcy, right? The recession was still holding him back. And I just wanted to say thank you again. I can see the end of a tunnel. So after he sent this to me, I said, wow, you know, I get excited from this stuff right here. I mean, I get people all the time, my students, who will send me text messages, they'll send me emails, they'll call me, they'll Skype me with results on their success, right? Updates. So I said, Darren, can I really use this? I want to use this because I want to show it to other people to motivate them and show them what's possible. The next day he emails me back and he says, I'm up to 336 sales as we speak. I'm happy with that. I was hoping for 200 sales this month, so I'm really happy. I'm going to try for 1,000 sales a month starting next month. All right, thank you, Ty. Not too long ago, I get something else from Darren, right? We're having a Skype conversation. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow a Kindle Cash Flow system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales. Right? You can probably hear how I'm just really happy for him. I'm happy for all of my students that do well with this stuff, right? So there's a couple of bonuses that I'm going to give you because I want to be surrounded with action takers. I want to be surrounded with people that see something and they know immediately. They're not wavering. They're like, I don't know, or I'm skeptical, or they're cynical. I don't want something. We have choices in life where we don't have to deal with certain types of people. All right? That's the beautiful thing about being a human and not being a rabbit or a cat, right? We have the option of making our mind up. So for those that act quickly, I'm going to give you a couple of bonuses to reward you, right? So the first bonus is the Google Kindle Crunch. And this talks about getting your ebook listed in Google and how it can increase your sales big time. Remember I showed you how getting your ebook listed on Amazon and Google and using both of those multi-billion-dollar platforms to help with your ebook sales, right, will dramatically boost sales. Well, doing this accounts for 30% of where my sales come from. So if I have a $30,000 or $45,000 a month, if I have a $45,000 a month, 15,000 of that 45 came from what I do here, all right? And this bonus is for the first 30 people only. I know we've got a ton of people that are on this thing, so that one's only for the first 30. Bonus number 2 is money multiplicity. This is a module where I show you how to take the same content that you're going to be publishing to the Amazon KDP platform, okay, and also publish it to the Barnes & Noble's Nook Press platform as well as the Apple iBookstore platform. My dog just came into my office and threw me off here. All right, so this allows you to triple your ebooks exposure, and this is a $997 value, and this bonus is going to be for the first 20 people only. So the first 20 will get this bonus as well as the bonus that I just mentioned here, okay? Now, the next bonus that I have, okay, is, my screen's going nuts here. This is a bonus that I'm really proud of right here because this helps a lot of people out. And this is only going to be for the first 15 people to really reward those that take action quickly. You're going to get your own virtual assistant, and this is someone that can help you with researching your topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working in some of your other businesses. All right, so if you're doing Facebook or YouTube or anything else, they can help you with some of your other online businesses as well. You'll get this person for free, no cost, for 40 hours. And then if you want to continue using her after, there's a small little cost that you can pay if you want to continue it, which I highly recommend that you do, right? Because it's good to have. You start with outsourcing. This is a good way to get your feet wet with outsourcing. So you'll get this person for 40 hours, right, to try it for free. This bonus is, again, just for the first 15 people because this is something that I actually have to pay for out of my own pocket. So this costs me money. And my wife wouldn't be too happy if I let too many of these go. So I have to cap it off at 15 no matter how good of a friend Tom is, right? So again, what you'll get is you'll get to set up that $997 value. I'm going to cover this again because people are asking here. You'll get setting up your account. And I know there's a lot of folks that want that bonus, the first 15 and all of the other bonuses where you get the virtual assistant. So you can go in and put your order in now as I go over this. And then I still have a ton of stuff, and I got a ton of questions that I want to answer for you. There's no, again, we're going to cover every single question. You'll get the Kindling for Profits module where I talk about finding the right niche in readers, niches that sell, and readers that buy. You'll get the Buyer Magnet module, which is a $297 value, and this module covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. We talk about covers, prices, descriptions, reviews. Speaking of prices, I'm going to give you the #1 price point that I use to make the most amount of profit at the end of this webinar, all right? So you want to stay on. I'm going to give you that. And remind me to do that, okay? you'll also get the KDP Cash Extraction module, which is a $3,500 value, right? In this module, I cover secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will, simply because they haven't seen this, they don't know this, they won't have the program. You will. So it eliminates competition. You'll get these bonuses. Bonus number 1, the Google Kindle Crunch, right? If you're within the first 30. If you're in the first 20, you'll get bonus number 2, which is the Money Multiplicity bonus, which shows you how to get your ebooks also listed on the Barnes & Noble's Nook and the Apple iBook Store, right? So you'll get both of these. And if you're in the first 15, all right, put your name in and put "I'm in" into the questions box when you place your order, so I'll know what place you're at, right? Because we were doing a webinar for someone else and we couldn't tell who got the bonuses, right? So if you put your name in after you go in and place your order, "I'm in" will go in from the first to the second to the third. We'll be able to see who was in that actual first 15, right? If you're in the first 15, you're going to get all 3 of these bonuses. So you get your own virtual assistant for 40 hours. And the total value of all of the bonuses is $12,585. Now, if all this did was finally allow you to generate a consistent, hands-free passive income every month, would it be worth it? Think about that, right? And we've been very transparent and open with each other this entire presentation. If all this did was to give you the kick in the butt to finally get you moving and making money, would it be worth it? Like, that was my problem. My problem was being focused. So if it helped you to get focused and to kick you in the butt and finally get you to the point where you're making significant money, would it be worth it? And if it gave you 2 to 3 ebooks that each brought in $5,000 per month to pay a bill or save, would it be worth it? Think about that, right? And if you got to a point where, like my student Darren DeVry, you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay $5,000 for something like this? Then after that, every sale after that month is pure profit, right? Think about it. If he's making $20,000 a month, would it have made sense for him to pay $5,000 for something like this? Now, you're not going to pay $5,000, but I just want to make sure that you see this. All right? And Nora, I'm going to give you the link. Beatrice, I'm going to give you the link. We've got a lot of folks that are in already, okay? So you can see why it's a good value at $2,000, right? And this is at $5,000. Normally for the general public, it's $2,000. But because you're at this event, because you got invited to that special link, you're going to get, and this is not a webinar that I do often, you probably won't see this again. So this is your one and only time to get this. But you're going to be able to get started right now for just $9.97, right? Why would I do it all the time when I could just sit back and relax and make money with Amazon, right? One payment right now for just $9.97 or $5.49 right now, and one additional $5.49 payment in 30 days. So again, the site is www.30dayprofits.com. Go in and put in "I'm in" again, so we know who is in and we'll know in what order those bonuses come in. I'm going to continue talking about more stuff. I've got more stuff that I want to give you. All right, it does not stop. Okay, but I want you to go in and get your order in right now, because if you get that order in right now, you're also going to get the next bonus that I talk about. All right, but you don't want to miss out, because this bonus is very limited. Okay, but so I just gave you the URL into the chat box. You can just click onto that link that I just put into the questions box. So just click onto that link, 30dayprofits.com. Okay, 30dayprofits.com. And Naima, can you send me an email, and we're going to send my support team an email. I'll just give you the email address, and we're going to get you all set. All right, so let me continue. First 15 people will get your own virtual assistant, okay? And you'll get that person for 40 hours. It's a $600 value. They'll help you with researching your topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, all right? Even if that includes working on some of your other businesses, right? And again, this is for the first 15 people, and it looks like, judging by the amount of "I'm ins" that we had, right, it looks like we're pretty close to that 15. Okay, awesome. I like this question. Ida says, can someone in South Africa do this? Yes. All right? Yes. All right? Yes, you can, Mark. Go ahead and sign up right now. Ida, you can do this. Listen, I have students that are everywhere. I have students that are in the U.S., the UK, Mexico, South Africa, Brazil, Australia, as you just saw. We've got students that are in Russia, of all places, right? We've got students that are in, I mean, just listen, if you can, Amazon, again, they're not limiting this. They want people to add content to their site. So they made it available to everyone on every single planet. I mean, on every planet. Jesus, I'm getting tired now. In every single country, okay? So they don't limit it. You can do this no matter what country you're in, okay? So you'll get the setup module, which is a $997 value. And in this module, I talk about how to get started quickly, how to set up your account, what not to do so that you don't get banned, right? I also talk about, you also get the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 value. And in this module, we talk about finding the right niche in readers, niches that sell, and readers that buy. So you'll get that module as well. You'll also get the Buyer Magnet module, right? Which is a $2,997 value. And this covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebooks sell. All right, we talk about covers. We talk about pricing. And remind me to talk about pricing too, and what's the number one, the top prices that sell and make the most profit. At the end of this presentation, I'll give you that. We talk about descriptions. We talk about reviews. Okay, you'll also get the KDP Cash Extraction module, which talks about the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will, simply because they don't have access to this stuff, right? In the way that you do right now, in the way that you do. So you'll get all of that, and then you'll also get the bonuses. If you're in the first 15, you're going to get, and I think we might have maybe about 3 or 4 more before we hit 15. I see that people are really flying in here. So you'll get all of these bonuses if you're in 15. You'll get bonus number 1, the Google Kindle Crunch, and that shows you how to get your ebooks listed on Google as well. Remember, I showed you how being able to do that accounts for 30% of my sales. So if I have a $30,000 a month, then that accounts for about $10,000 in those sales. You'll also get the bonus number 2, which is the Money Multiplicity bonus, and that shows you how to take that same content that you're publishing in Amazon and also publish it to the Barnes & Noble's Nook and the Apple iBook store. You'll also get bonus number 3, which is your own virtual assistant if you're in the first 15, okay? So put I'm in into the questions box when you go in and place your order. Think about this. What's one ebook worth to you, all right? $500 a month, $800 a month, $1,500 a month, more. How much would you be willing to pay, all right, to get one great selling ebook per month, per week, or per day? And it's consistent year after year after year, month after month after month, week after week after week, right? I still have ebooks that I published 5 years ago that are making me money to this day. While I'm on vacation, while I'm on a field trip with my daughter, or while I'm sleeping, right? So you can see why people are paying up to $20,000 plus 10% of the profits, up to $100,000 to see this, to have us set this up for them. Right? Now, here's my exclusive bonus that I said I'm going to give to everyone here. Now, this is only going to be offered for those that ordered directly from this presentation right now. All right? It's a one-time only exclusive bonus class, all right, for those that have already ordered. You know what? Let's do this. For everyone that orders within the next, I'm gonna set a timer here, right? So when you go in and you order within the next, let's set a timer for 7 minutes. You go in and order, in the next 7 minutes, I'm gonna give you this bonus as well. And this one will show you how my 15-year-old makes $5,000 a month publishing mystery thriller novels, right? How she comes up with the ideas, stupid simple. How she does her research, you won't believe this, right? The fishing method that she uses to hook buyers in. She sold over $50,000 worth of ebooks using this method. And then the letter method that she uses to make people buy every single title in her ebook series. This is something that I'm putting together. It's a bonus class only for my existing students. But when you go in and order right now, or if you've already ordered, right, you're automatically part of this class. It's going to start 6 to 8 weeks from now. I'm putting it together right now, and I want to make sure that I include everything in it so you get as much value as possible. This thing is literally worth $5,000. It's something that has never been offered before, and you're going to be the first to see it, okay? So again, if you have ordered already, or when you get your order in before that 7-minute timer counts down, let's see where we're at with the timer right now. So we are at just under 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes left, okay, to get your order in if you haven't done so yet. Let's see. Let's continue here. Now, you can get started right now, which is $9.97 or $5.49, right? 2 payments of $5.49. I will put that URL into the chat box again, and then we're going to have a Q&A session. I want to answer all of your questions, okay, as well. So you've got the URL right there. Just put that in. We'll have a Q&A session. So start asking your questions so we can cover these. Tom is going, Linnell, you can see it on your screen. Can you see the price point on your screen, Linnell? It's $9.97 to get in, or that's 1 payment of $9.97, okay, or 2 payments of $5.49. Yes, Beatrice, it does. It shows you how to get going on Amazon. That's correct. Right. All right. So we've got a ton of people that are in already. Welcome. And we've got Michael that's at baby steps. Exactly, Beatrice. That's exactly what it is. Just like I did here. Okay. Yes, Lynette. Oh, price point. Okay, I'm going to cover that in just a minute. All right, so, we've got Michael that's in. We've got Beatrice that's in. We've got Stu that's in. We've got Nora. We have Naima in. We've got Ida. We've got Rue. We've got Christina. We've got Benjamin, Beatrice. Lots of amens coming in. A lot of people that have signed up here. All right, so go in, get in right now, and disposable income, right? One of my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, how many people are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki? He says, poor people spend money on liabilities. Rich people spend money on assets, right? Think about that. An asset is something that is going to generate money for you over and over again. This system is an asset, all right? He also says money or excuses. You can't have both. You can't have excuses. Right? Money is a tool. Either you didn't get in because you don't think that you can outsource. And if you don't think that you can outsource, it's super easy. I mean, we talk about all of this, and I cover this. As a matter of fact, I have a guarantee. I'm going to show you this. The first option is I have a guarantee that you're going to be able to outsource. If not, I will help you. So you have 2 choices right now. The first option is do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is risk-free. Okay? The second option is to pony up this small, tiny investment today compared to all of the value that you'll receive in return and just give it a shot. Right? You don't have anything to lose. Now, here's my crazy 3-part guarantee. Research. If you can't find a hot topic to create your first ebook around, I will personally help you to get started. Right? So think about that. You have no excuses. If you're saying to yourself, well, I don't know how to do the research, I don't know what to sell, I wouldn't know where to start. I will personally help you to get started with this, right? So you can't use that excuse. Sometimes we give ourselves false excuses, right? We give ourselves false excuses. The other thing is outsourcing, okay? If you can't find someone to write your ebook for you, I will give you access to one of my best writers who will write your first ebook for under $150. So again, I'm eliminating all of the excuses for you, right? I believe that once we eliminate excuses, we now give ourselves a reason to succeed. Does that make sense? Right? The third part to my guarantee is sales. If after 60 days you're not making at least $500 per ebook, I will have one of my top coaches jump on a call with you to help kickstart your sales. Okay? Right? So you've got the research. We're knocking that out. Right? So you can't use that excuse. Like outsourcing. If you say, I've never outsourced anything, you can't use that excuse because I'll help you if you need it. Sales. Right? Who does that? That's how sure, that's how confident I am in this program. Because I've seen Hundreds of my students just do extremely well with this. As a matter of fact, we have a Facebook group that you're going to become a part of, a community where you can see people that are just getting started. Okay, I only want serious people, so there's no refunds given on this program. Once you are in, you are in. No tire kickers. You'll know if this is for you. I'm looking for serious students that are ready to explode their Kindle publishing business this year. All right, no tire kickers. Like as I said, we all have choices, and we have the choices to work with who we want to work with. I want to work with people that are serious. With other opportunities, it can take 3 to 5 years to get your initial investment back. With this, you get 5 times back that with the first couple of ebooks that you publish. Right, so you can go to 30dayprofits.com to get started. Now, listen, there's a tale of two people, and this is like my personal story. This is what actually took me to the point where I was making nothing to the point where I was making millions. All right? Timid Tommy is the person that I used to be, and this is the person that's cynical. This is the person that's always looking for a guarantee. They don't want to, they're always looking for a guarantee. Oh, give me a 30-day money back guarantee. But you're not willing to put the guarantee in yourself. I guarantee that I'm going to do the work. I guarantee that I'm going to follow the system. I guarantee that I'm going to execute. They're always looking for a guarantee because they want to place the blame on someone else. Right? But now, welcome aboard. Yes, Beatrice, you can revise the document as many times as you want. All right? Timid Tommy, he's the skeptic. He's the cynical person. We've got 2 more slots left, it looks like here. 2 more slots. If you want to be in for the first 15, 2 more slots and 26, 27. We're over on the timer, so if you didn't, all right, go get in. 2 more slots left if you want all of those bonuses. Timid Tommy, he's the skeptical person. He's the cynical person. He's the one who's always looking for a reason why he can't do something, why everyone else can do it. Oh, well, these gurus, maybe they left something out of a program. Or maybe they're smarter than me. Or maybe they have more connections. Or maybe they have a bigger network. None of that matters. Everyone starts somewhere. When I started, I had nothing. All right? And it wasn't until I became the Brave Bob character that you see on the right-hand side. Brave Bob is the person that says, you know what? If this person can do it, I can do it. Yes, Beatrice. All right? If this person can do it, I can do it. They're no different. They're no better than me. That's the attitude that you have to have. All right? Let me show you what to do next. So I want you to visit 30dayprofits.com, and when you do that, you're going to see the order form. And it looks like this, right? You'll come down here, you'll fill in your first name, last name, email address, phone number, you'll put in your billing address, you'll put in your credit card information here, right? And then you'll get access to the program instantly. You'll get started. The site is 30 Day Profits. Again, what you'll get is you'll get the setup. We teach you how to set up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. You'll get the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 value. You'll get the Buyer Magnet module, right? You'll also get the KDP Cash Extraction module, which shows you the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. All right? You'll also get the, where am I at here? The bonuses. And like I said, we had 2 slots left. It looks like we have 1 more left. If you want to get in right now because we're coming to a close, right? So you get all of those bonuses. Total value $12,585. You'll also get access to our private Facebook group, which is my pride and joy here. This is awesome because you get to come in here and you get to associate with like-minded people. You get to ask questions. You get to get updates. You get to share ideas. You get to brainstorm. You get the help so you're never left on your own. Right? You're never left on your own with this. You get to join our group of over 600 people that are in this thing. All right, so here I am, all right, $30,000 a month in sales, nothing special about me. I personally can't write an ebook to save my life. I actually failed English 101 not once, but because I'm an overachiever, twice. I spent nearly 5 years of trial and error and thousands discovering the secrets that I'm giving you today for a small one-time only investment. You can spend countless hours doing it the hard way. You can get in here and get it the easy way. All right? So Who's going to be the next person to get this bonus here, the virtual assistant, right? Who's going to be the person to get all of these? We have a ton of people that are already in. We've got room for one more individual. Who is that slot going to be for, right? Who will also get this bonus? We'll talk about in this special bonus class that's going to start 6 to 8 weeks from now, how, you know, my 15-year-old is making $5,000 a month publishing mystery thriller novels. You'll get all of this information. So again, that's the website, 30dayprofits.com. We've got a ton of reviews. I'm going to skip past the reviews right now. Here's a $5,000 a month text message that I got. Right? Take a look at this. And do you want to see the reviews? Put yes if you want to see the video reviews. I have video reviews that are come in from folks that are everywhere. Germany, everywhere. All right? I had one lady who actually was doing so well. She got to the point, right? She took this program and she's doing so well that I was in London, my wife and I. Remember I said we like to travel. And she freaking said, Ty, I want to come in and buy you lunch. I'm going to fly from Germany to London just to buy you lunch because you've changed my life. How big is that? Like, think about that. How big is that? Okay? That's when you know that you have something that really... Steve, welcome aboard. All right? To change people's lives. Now, take a look at this. This is a text message that I got. It was one morning. I had just dropped my daughter off at school, and all of a sudden I get a text, and it's from one of my students, Brian, right? He says, this month will be my first $5,000 month. I want to thank you for all of your guidance and inspiration. My goal is set on getting to the $10,000 per month level. Now, think about that. Execution. He followed the systems, execution, motivation, right? Here's another. This is Linda Allen. She's in our Facebook group, and she sent this in. She actually posted it in the Facebook group, and you're going to be in that Facebook group as well. You'll get to see, you know, all of our other students. You see people that are at your level that are just starting out. You'll see people that are making thousands. You'll see people that are making tens of thousands. We have an awesome community. Tom is in that community as well. Right? We've got our coaches that are in there. Linda sent this. She actually posted this to the group. And she says, let's see. I got Ty's program. I have been writing Kindle books for about a year now. I got Ty's program last year, and I'm so glad I did. I made several $1,000s last year. And that's after stopping writing after several months. However, I started writing. Look at this. She had an issue, right? I forget if it was... I think it was her or one of her children that had a health issue. I can't remember, to be honest with you. But she had to stop using the program for a while, and it continued to generate income. Her Kindle ebooks continued to make money for her, month after month after month. However, I started writing books again about 3 months ago. Right? I write them as well as have other people write them for me. I'm so glad to be involved with Kindle. Think about that. If you had to leave your job for a few months, what would happen? What would happen? The paychecks would stop, right? With this, it doesn't stop. You stop for a couple of weeks. You stop for a couple of months. It does. The money doesn't stop coming in, right? Here's that testimonial from Dan Devine, 66 years old, making $20,000 a month in sales, right? As Tony Robbins says, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you will achieve the same results. You're probably wondering, listen, Ty, I can't afford this right now. Honestly, you can't afford not to. If you want to continue doing things the way that you've been doing them, if you want to be, you know, in the same position financially next month, next year, then continue doing what you're doing, and that is not taking part of opportunities like this. As I said, I only want to work with people that are very, very, that are gung-ho about doing this and that want to get started. All right, you're going to get all of the bonuses. You'll get all of the modules that are shown here as well. Visit 30dayprofits.com to get in. Remember, the first 15 will also get their own virtual assistant, right? And you'll also get that special class that I'll be putting together within the next 6 to 8 weeks. And if you didn't sign up immediately, think about it. The first reason is you don't think you can come up with ebook ideas that sell. And I cover that in this program. I talked about if you can't get the ideas, we will help you. Reason number 2, you're nervous about putting it all together in place. Easy stuff. It's like riding a bike. The first time you do it, it gets easier and easier and easier. Number 3, you think it's expensive. And it's more expensive. I got a friend of mine, Greg Caesar, who's an econ major. And he always says, you know, I love the guy and I hate him sometimes because he's just the realest person ever. Anytime I'm thinking about doing something and I procrastinate, he says, Ty, you know, you procrastinated for a week on this. You procrastinated for 2 weeks on this. It's costed you $2,000. It's costed you $500. And I hate hearing it, but he's absolutely right. Right? Hey, Ty, you procrastinated on buying this program because you thought that it was too expensive. But in reality, because you didn't buy this program, you actually lost more money than what it cost you. So if the program cost you $5,000, I just joined a $5,000 coaching program because I realized that it's worth putting money back into myself to continue to learn from other people who are where I am not. So I just joined a $5,000 coaching program because I want to take things to the next level and learn other things, right? Had I not said to myself, yes, $5,000 is a lot of money, I'm not going to join this program, then I would have lost out on the $50,000 that I already made from that program. So do you get that? Okay. So I want to thank everyone for listening. I am going to cover all of your questions. Let's go into the Q&A here. And let's see here. I want to start from the top here. Tom, you still there? Hey, Tom, you know what? Looks like we sold out of all 15. We actually, all 15, right? We maxed out, closed out the order form. So if you're trying to get in right now, you probably can't. If you tried to visit our site and probably try to get in, you probably can't. And that is because I'm very, very serious about this. Yes, you can download the items tomorrow, Beatrice. Go pick up your son. All right, your son's pro. I know how that is. I'm always running around with my kids' cheer practice, basketball practice, football, dance, school, everything. All right. Gail, I'm gonna hit you with the pricing in just a moment. Yes, but we maxed out. We got rid of all 15. Tom, are you happy with that? Are you good with that? I know that we still have people that are on here. Do you want to do something for those? How many people still want to get in? Let's see this. Is there anyone that still want to get in? If you do, just put yes, 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 yes. Okay, a lot of people. Wow, that still want to get in. All right, so here, Tom, let's do this. If you're watching this live right now, and if you're one of the next, I can't leave it open for everyone. Just to be fair to everyone that's gotten in, I'm not gonna go crazy. Like I said, I gotta stick to my guns. So if you're one of the next 5, what do you think is a good number, Tom?
Well, what about, let's say, well, we still got a great amount of people on here. Well done, guys, by the way. I expect nothing less from you guys because I know you guys rock and I love you. Let's do, and I always like to reward everyone that shows up live on these live sessions because you guys are the most dedicated to your success, and that's what, you know, Ty and I, we work together on so many projects, and both of us still show up on webinars to learn more and get more, even though we're at a certain level we are. So I have so much respect for you. So let's do, can we do another 7? How about that? Let's try and let another 7 people in.
No, I think 7 is too much. Let's not do 7. Let's do half of it. How about we do 4? So the next 4 people that get in, only because I really have to pay for that virtual assistant that's coming out of my pocket. My wife will kill me if I just go nuts with that. So the next 4 people, and I honestly don't want to I want to work with people that really are serious about this. So the next 4 people, whether you're watching right now, live, or on the replay, you'll know that you've made it or not if you go to 30dayprofits.com and it says sold out. If it says sold out, then you can't get in. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? So I'm gonna set the order form to allow 4 more people to get in, and that's that. Whether you're watching it live right now or for replay. All right? And that's that. So now let's cover some questions. What do you got?
Right, Ty, first thing you need to cover, price point, because there are people dying for this price point.
Yeah, so here, the price point that I set my ebooks at. Now I'll tell you guys. Initially, when I'm first starting out, I'm first publishing an ebook because I want to gain that momentum, right? I apply momentum to everything: life, family, business, my relationship with my wife, right? Maintaining that momentum. We've been married for 12 years now, coming up in August, and it's because we maintain that relationship momentum. But 99 cents or 290. I set it really low when I'm first starting because I want to get the momentum of sales and testimonials coming in. Does that make sense? And I want to get people who are not afraid of buying threshold. So I price it really low at first. Then once I get the momentum, I'll let those ebooks sit at 99 cents or for a few weeks, and then after I get the momentum, then I increase the price to something that's going to generate profit for me versus the sales and the momentum. $4.99 to $9.97. All right, so do you have that? Hope you wrote it down.
Perfect. So everyone's got that. Samir, yeah, you made you did make it in. You got the bonuses, buddy. Well done. Steve, welcome, mate. You guys
Steve says,
absolutely
3 reasons why I'm in. Tom is the man and Ty is the no BS, whiny, money back kind of guy. Let's crack on. Steve, I've never had it put that way, but I'll take that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to walk up and down the street from now on and just randomly say, hey, he's a whiny, money back kind of guy. You know, let's crack on. I like that. Right?
And I'm just going to use the fact that you said Tom's the man because I love that.
Yeah.
You know, Steve, if that's the classic, guys, that's the way you get anywhere. It's just stroke the ego. That's the perfect way to do it. You know, I'm a softie, so just go over to Facebook and stroke my ego, and you're the way to go. But no, I love you two guys. You rock, and thank you so much for being on here. By the way, guys, can we just give a big thank you to Ty as well, because I know like your time's valuable, but so is ours and his. And you know, I'll do this for you all day long, but he took the time out of his evening. And if you guys really enjoyed it, put a big yes in the chat box. Please give some feedback. I can tell by the you know, by the action you guys are taking that it is awesome. While you guys are doing that, I just want to reiterate something really important that Ty said. Okay, there is support systems in place here. You know me, many of you guys are part of my free time formula program, which means you guys know how to outsource. I will be here to help you crack on with this. This is the reason I wanted to share this with you, is because it is hands down one of the best businesses that you can outsource. I mean, you can literally outsource every single element of it, which is quite rare. Which makes it incredibly part of my philosophy, you know, my an hour a day business philosophy. So that's the key. But also, this is different. And again, one of the reasons I share this.
Did you just say an hour a day? Dude,
the philosophy.
I have to adopt that. I love that.
The hour a day philosophy. Yeah. Now it doesn't, obviously, you know, you and I talk about this a lot. There are times where obviously you work harder when you're getting things going. But the goal is always, for anything I do, is if I can get a system working and systemize, like you talked about, and outsource to the point where it just requires an hour a day of my time. That's the ultimate goal. So
that's a beautiful thing, and that's where I'm at right now. You know, I was just having a meeting with Sam England, who I think you know. Today we went to Cracker Barrel, right? Middle of the day, right? It's 11:30, 12 o'clock, middle of the day. We just said, hey, let's go to Cracker Barrel. And we're sitting there, and it dawned on me, like, dude, this is the type of business that I created where I can just get up at any point and just say, hell, I want to go to Cracker Barrel. I want to just let's go have breakfast at 11:30 in the morning, and I don't have to answer to a boss. I don't have to ask permission. I don't have to worry about punching the clock and trying to scramble and getting over there in an hour or 45 minutes or 30 minutes and coming back and wondering if someone's watching over me. You know, this is what it's about. It's about options. I've said that word many, many times. It's about freedom, right? When you have something like this, you have options. Options, options, options. All right, so there you go. Now, here's another thing. I have another Facebook group as well. It's called Let's All Make Money Online, right? And for those of you that are in, I just gave you the link to that Facebook group. Just go in and do me a favor. Put in why you got in. All right, tell me why you bought into the program, because I want to hear from you. And then you're also going to get that Facebook group is totally separate from this. It's just another group that I'm creating for folks that are interested in marketing online. And just go in and wave your hand and say, I got in because of whatever reason, right? Whatever reason. You want your children to understand the value of entrepreneurship. Like for my daughter, right? I knew that she was getting to a point where she was getting old enough to start a job, and I wanted to give her options again. So I wanted to teach her this system, okay? Now, the link is not going to be clickable on your phone. You might have to just go and type it in, 30dayprofits.com. So I wanted to show her the difference between being able to do something like this that creates a passive recurring revenue stream where you do the work once and you passively get paid recurringly month after month after month, versus something where she has to have a job and she goes in and she puts in an hour's worth of work and gets paid for that hour, right? There's a big difference. So teach this stuff to your children. Share it with your significant. Share it with your business partners, with your husband, your wife, okay? All right. Tom, I think I cut you off there. I'm so bad for that. I apologize there. But as you can tell, like this stuff, I really like this stuff here.
No, mate, no, it's fantastic. Anything you're sharing is great. And guys, all I was going to say was that, you get the if you've bought anything from me before, I stand behind everything I do, whether it's my products or somebody else's. I wouldn't be here sharing this with you if I didn't truly believe in this and the support and the help and stuff. And, if one of the things, Ty said there, and I know this is huge, is the fact that the support system's there. If you try it and you can't, if you're having any of those excuses or hurdles or challenges that usually hold you back, like can't do the research, you've got the support there to help with that. The outsourcing part, can't find the writer. You've got me and Ty to help with that. Like, we can go in and work out what have you done wrong, what's not happened. And, if your sales aren't coming in, Ty is very openly there and kindly, which no one else really does. I'm very open and my support and help that I'm in there. You guys know that, but very few other people do that online, and that's one of the reasons Ty and I work together a lot on many, many projects. Is because we have those same level of integrity. We want you guys to succeed, and Ty said, if you are sales are struggling, you've got it up there and sales are struggling, we'll help you get it there. Like, we'll get in there and do it. There are very few people that offer guarantees and help like that. So again, if you are serious about this, there will, then this is an opportunity to work with people that really do care about your success and can help get that, and very few people do it. So again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know you guys are here because I recommended this, and you're here because I sent out some emails about it, and one of them was on Memorial Day Monday. So thank you for everyone that's subscribed. And this is one of the things I truly believe in, and I want you to jump on this if it's right for you and you like what you've seen on this training. You've got the support to make this work, and many people have. You'll meet everyone in the Facebook group as well. Ty's not lying, it is awesome. So Ty, thank you so much, buddy, yeah, it's been absolutely great. Oh, hello.
I think I might have muted myself out there. There we go.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you're back.
All right. There we go. So what are some of the other questions that you folks have here? I was actually just talking to my daughter here. Here's my daughter, Summer. She wants to say hi really quickly to the audience.
Hi.
Say hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone. My name is Summer.
So she just got braces on, right? So she's trying to get used to talking with her braces on. Yeah. So. But I mean, this is okay. So Roya has a question that she says, "Would you please explain the price point again?" Which one, Roya? Oh, yeah, absolutely. So initially I'll price my ebooks at 99 cents, $2.99, something really low to get the momentum and get the sales coming in, and then after that I'll increase the price to $4.97 up to $9.97. All right. So the beautiful thing about this is, listen, it's never a one and done. If you want to go in and revise something a week later, a day later, or a year later in your ebook, you can do that because it's all digital, right? It's all online, okay? Right? Okay, awesome. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of folks who just hit the Facebook group and they want to go in and comment. They need to be approved. I'm going to go in and approve you right now. I'll do it from my phone. Let's see. And Tom, as I am doing this, if you want to go in and rattle off any of the other questions that might have come in, then that would be beautiful.
Yeah, certainly. Let's have a look here. Okay, you guys rock. Lots of people. Okay, so everyone, I love you guys. Everyone's saying this is brilliant. Absolutely loved it. You guys rock. Thank you. And as much as we appreciate hearing that as well, and it's awesome, it's hard for me to pick out the questions. So from now on, let's just straight up questions in the thing. We love you guys and appreciate it, but let's do questions because I don't want to miss anyone. So if you put a question in earlier and we haven't answered it, please just type it in again. Don't be scared to pop it in there again. Okay. All right, guys, I'm just scanning back through while you guys are posting those.
All right, and if you just tried to join the Let's All Make Money Online Facebook group, I just approved a bunch of people, so we'll just go in and check and see. Right.
Okay, guys, so here, good question. Okay, questions coming in now. They're firing in. So Rolf says, what are the benefits of using a pen name?
Oh, that's an awesome question. I love that. So here's the thing, and that was Ralph. So Ralph, here's the thing. If you're going to be publishing in multiple genres, different topics and things like that, the last thing you want, two reasons, right? The number one reason why I use a pen name, I never publish anything under my own name because I don't want people stealing my ideas, right? Imagine you get an ebook up to the point where it's making you hundreds of dollars or thousands of a month. The last thing you want is someone to go in and swipe that idea from you. So I use a pen name all the time. I don't want someone trying to go in and type my name into Amazon and looking at my ideas and stealing them. The other thing is, pen names, if you're publishing ebooks in different genres, you don't want to be seen as like a jack of all trades, right? You don't want to be someone who talks about how to go in and build your relationship, as well as now you've got another book titled on how to invest in real estate, and then another book on how to lose weight, and then another book on how to save on postage and things like that, right? So I use pen names for a lot of the different genres. So you can use the same pen name within the same genre, that's fine. But once you cross genres, then you just go in and, use another pen name. And it's totally within Amazon's terms of service. As a matter of fact, some of the biggest authors that are out there, right, some of the biggest guys that are out there, the Stephen Kings and folks like that, use pen names, all right? So a lot of the folks that are out there use pen names. All right, so here's 10 people who, I'm going to give you a list of 10 people who also wrote under other names, right? You've got folks like, and I just got this from Google. Let me share my screen with you really quickly. You can probably see it here. Stephen King, J.K. Rowling, Richard Matheson, right? Agatha Christie, Dean Koontz. So major authors that also use pen names. Do you see that? Okay. So again, there is that link. It looks like we have about 2 more slots available. We had 2 more slots available before the order form shuts off. So if you haven't gotten in already, go in and do so right now. All right.
Okay, good question. Quick question time before we wrap things up here, which, guys, we are going to have to do shortly. I've heard my wife come home, and I'm sure there's going to be some food coming in. And we've been on for almost over 2 hours now. You guys are rock stars, but for Ty's been very generous with his time, but we are going to have to wrap things up. So if you do want to get in, jump on now. We'll have time for a couple more questions. One of them's from Gail, Ty. She said, where do you get the Google keyword tool? So we mentioned that in the training, or keyword planner, I believe it's called now. So Ty, do you just want to pop over and show them again how to find that?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me just share my screen with you again here. Let me know if you can see it. Can you see it now? So you are going to go to Google, type in google.com, all right? And then you'll type in Google Keyword Planner, right? And then you'll click that, and it'll be right there, okay? I'm not going to log into it right now because I'm actually in my Google account, I think. But just click that.
Okay, so it's just a matter of typing in the Google search, Google Keyword Planner, and you will be good to go there.
Yep. As a matter of fact, let me let me just log out really quickly and then show something here. I just want to show
you asked after how many sales, again, this is about that pricing structuring, after how many sales do you increase the price to $497? Hold on.
Oh, I talk about that. I talk about that in the program as well. I don't want to give away the goodies, just to be fair to all of the students that actually are in already. So you'll get that at actually in the program. That part.
Yeah, you're in the program. I saw you jumped on it, so you'll get that all in the training.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So. What else do we have, Tom?
Got your answer to the pen name. That was good to go. Now it says, can we publish something under our own name also? Yes, absolutely. You certainly can if you want to do that. In fact, one of the things I wanted to say earlier, guys, as well, for any of you that follow me, I always recommend in the free time formula, I show you how to build lists and things like that. You always, this is one thing we didn't touch on a whole lot on this is as well is you can use this to build your list. You can build this. You can put links to squeeze pages in your book. So think about the thousands of customers you could get in front of for a genre in, say, for non-fiction. So let's say you wanted to do something on dog training or golf or tennis or any health and fitness, juicing, organic gardening. You could build lists in any of those marketplaces really effectively. And there's something Ty didn't mention, but he has got a great system for doing that as well, and I love that. I just think to be able to use Amazon's free traffic to be able to build your list is, and they're buyers, right? It's a list of buyers. It's not just a regular list. It's a list of people that are buying. They've bought your ebook on that topic, so that relationship is completely different than someone that just sort of finds and browses your website. Yeah, Ty does a great job with that as well. So yes, you can absolutely use this for list building.
Absolutely. Yeah, I quickly touched on that, Tom, where I said, I actually generate about an additional $5,000 side of Kindle publishing just from the list building aspect, where I'll go in and I build lists using these ebooks, and then I promote affiliate products and some of my own products as well to those lists. So that's and we talk about how to do that in this program as well, all right? That's another thing, but I just didn't have time to talk about on this webinar, but it's in there. So I think we're done. We've got one more slot available out of those 4. Lots of fast action takers. Tom, I think we're pretty much done here. We've covered everything. I think we have every question covered. That one slot, if you want that to be you, come in and join us right now. Go over to 30dayprofits.com and sign up. We have room for one more person. Will it be you, or will you miss out totally on this and then wake up kicking yourself tomorrow? All right, don't let it be you.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to wrap things up here. You've been awesome. Thank you again, Ty, so much for coming on doing this, mate. I know that summer's there ready probably for you to tuck her into bed, and Mel, your wife is. I don't want to keep you too long, otherwise she'll be on the phone and having a go. So thank you so much for doing this for us, mate. It's been great. Everyone's loved it. I've loved it, and and to all you guys that have shown up, thank you. I truly hope you got a lot of value from this. I know there are a lot of other things that grab your attention, lots of other webinars you could probably be on. So the fact you're here, I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I really do truly appreciate all you guys, and thank you so much, and look forward to hearing the success stories and helping and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. Give yourself a pat on the back and welcome to the group. And I'm going to paste the link to that Facebook group again. Let me know what you thought about this webinar, this presentation, all right? I just sent it. Click on to the Facebook group. I want you to join me over there. And even if you didn't get into the program, just come in and join. or search Facebook for the Facebook group Let's All Make Money Online. That's the name of the Facebook group, Let's All Make Money Online, and join us over there. And with that said, bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great day or night or afternoon.